Okay, so I decided to use the Light Seers Tarot for today, being that we have some major astrological aspects happening. So the moon's in, well, first of all, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, Tarot and Astrology, I should say. And this is your reading for September 12th, for Monday, September 12th. And so this card's coming up already. Yeah, the Nine of Wands. Okay. So we have a lot of astrological, well, really, I wouldn't say, it can be intense energy astrologically going on. So, we have 6 planets retrograde, including Chiron. So there's so much. But anyway, the important thing to remember is that it's all here for healing. It's like my dear friend, my soul bro over at Danny Shea over at Bathrobe Tarot. Hi, Danny. He reminded us during a live stream we had together last week about, I think it's a Byron Katie quote that says, life or things, I think it's things, aren't happening to you, they're happening for you. So it's all for healing. And boy, do we have the opportunities for that this week. So we have the Nine of Wands, Temperance, and the Ace of Swords. Excellent. Actually, this is really good. Okay, so what we have going on astrologically is the moon is in, today, is in Aries, but it's conjunct Chiron. So that has to do with healing our abandonment issues, healing our impulsiveness and our need to come first, and healing our ability to be very, very present. And it's in a yod, so this moon in Chiron is in a yod to Mars and Gemini, and then up to the south node. So we have an opportunity today to heal something from the past. And I have a feeling that it's a place where we tend to go really fast with our mind. And if we go into defense with the Nine of Wands, if we get into a little bit of a defended place of like feeling any bit of insecurity or overwhelm or anxiety with the Nine of Wands, that's possible, then our minds go quickly. And Temperance is right here saying, ooh, hold on. The way to deal with anything is to come into your inner unity, to come into a place where you're reconciling the opposites. And I always see this card as like, the spiritual fluids that are always moving in our body. And if we're opening up to our bright light, the bright light of our spirits, like you can see here in the wings. And this is Archangel Michael rules this card. When we open up to that bright white light, we have everything we need. We have everything we need, and we don't have to figure out everything all at once, right? Because with Mars in Gemini, squaring the sun in Virgo, we can have an overwhelming amount of information coming through, especially if you're very sensitive and intuitive and psychic. Sometimes it comes through too quickly, and if that's the case, that's when you ask your guides to slow down. Hold on, I'm going to get some paper, I'm going to write this down, or I'm going to record it on my phone, whatever you do. Just tell them, hold on, but stop and do it, especially if you have like a little ringing in your ears. Sometimes that's a message to, well, for me, it's always, okay, stop, wait, what was I just thinking? What am I present? Like, what's really going on? And slow down. Most of all, take big, deep, relaxing breaths and get really, really grounded in your body and just slow down. This card is ruled by, it's usually Sag, but Jupiter rules Sag. And Jupiter's in Aries right now, opposing in an opposition, kind of a little bit of a conflict possibility with Mercury, with retrograde Mercury right now. So we have to be very careful to not go too fast with our communications coming from a lot of information that could be coming in. So, but with this Nine of Wands, I think what I want to say the most about that is to remember that you have everything you need within, and don't think of life as being such a battle. Instead, think of it as being an opportunity that you can endure every day to create more and more believing in yourself. Believing in yourself. It's all about believing in yourself. And I'm glad I chose this deck, because look how she's looking up at the light, and this is creative light, is what I'm seeing here. But it can be a card, it's normally our card for like wounded warriors. But notice how she has a fence here. So she has a boundary in front of her. And it might just be one of those days where we have to set a boundary with ourselves to not overthink, because we certainly have a lot of overthinking astrological things coming at us. It could be an overwhelming intellect, an overwhelming amount of information to process through the brain. Could be really good, though, for building endurance if you're learning some new math equations, or if you're learning astrology, anything that requires curiosity and wanting to understand something on the deeper levels, and then also opening up to your spirit to teach you in the most easy way that you learn, because we all learn differently. For me, I have to hear it, see it, write it down, and then experience it in my own life before I really get anything. I'm very slow that way. So this card is all about, the Nine of Wands is all about developing that slow, quiet, steady strength, but having the courage to just keep going no matter what's going on. And by doing that, the Temperance card here is helping us to overcome any dualistic splits within. Like anytime you say to yourself, oh, I can't, I just don't have it, I don't know how to do that, I'm not good. No, stop. Stop the brain. Have the courage to go through whatever you need to go through in order to learn what you want, find the right words to say what you need to say, or to sit and be quiet and meditate like this guy is. This is a primo card for meditating on the opening up to the spirit, and on the figuring out what you're, well, not figuring out, having what you're trying to manifest. You have to have it inside of you. You have to conceive it before you can bring it into your absolute life. But some of the more mundane levels of the Temperance card, besides, I see it as a spiritual law of mutuality, where you're opening up to the spiritual world to help you bring something in. But it's also a card of patience. So on a very simple message for the day, I would say, don't go into defense. It would be, for any reason or another, don't go into a defended place, but instead just be very patient with yourself and others, and then always be looking for the truth with the Ace of Swords. That is the primo card for clarity and opening up to a new opportunity, and also your inner vision, exploring your inner landscape and creating from your inner visions. So, okay, that's it for the day, you guys, are for this morning. Hopefully you have a really good day. Feel free to drop in the comments, let us all know how you're doing. And if you pick up anything else on these cards, feel free to comment what you get, because we love it. Okay, take good care. Bye.